Here we are at the gate pavilion of the local government office in Jinjuseong, which is one of the fortresses that held out against the Japanese during the Imjin War. It is one of the most famous fortresses in Korean history for this period, and so it is quite a fitting place to study the events of the Imjin Wayron. And so I'm going to take you on a guided tour throughout this place. And just see what it's like. I think war gamers amongst us will appreciate being soaked in the rich history of this period. I had traveled across the country to find Jinju Seong. Wait, what? Okay, wrong Jinju Seong. This Jinju Seong. Okay, let's start again. I had traveled across the country to find Jinju Seong. I had come to Korea in 2022 to gain an understanding of the Joseon military. It was a very specific reason for going. At the heart of an otherwise small city was a castle, heavy with symbolism. A city that had stood defiant against the Japanese during the Imjin War. And here are what appear to be some Japanese invaders now. Guys, does chucking rubbish deter the Japanese? Does that work? Here we have a reporter reporting on the Japanese casualties. He's saying 20 million were killed. That's quite a lot indeed. Here is unhistorical Admiral Yi Sun-shin. Drive those rascals back. And this is the righteous army. They look like my parents. Mom, Dad, I love you. Don't throw your life away against the Japanese. Oh, and here's some controversy. She is disputing those figures. I repeat, she is disputing those figures. She is saying that 30 million Japanese invaders were killed. What a high score. And here they do the victory dance. Involves a lot of clapping. And here we have some hand waving. More clapping. Anyway, the first battle of Jinju Seong was pivotal. It was considered to be one of the most important battles of the war, lifting Korean morale as the invaders retreated. And now I had arrived to see the specialized Imjin War Museum, located at the heart of the castle, and to get a sense of one of the defining battles of the Japanese invasion. But first, I would have to brave antiquated ruins, thick walls, and tourist traps. This is the story of that mission. Now, as any good tactician knows, planning and foresight are the keys to victory, which is why I got the brochure. First off, the motto of the city, Jinju, the nice and comfortable city. I like that. They're not trying to oversell you, they're just saying, look, it's nice. Do you like nice things? Then come over. That's all I've ever wanted, really. Most importantly, the brochure has a map which will allow me to locate the museum and everything else. When we come to the entrance, the first thing we see are the toilets. Very important, very clean too. Then we come to the entrance of Cheoksangmun Gate. The peasants are going about their work. From the entrance, I proceeded to Cheoksangnu Pavilion. This is where Nongae sacrificed herself during the Imjin War. And this is Nongae's shrine. Next up was the Imjin Daechop altar, which was erected in 1987 to commemorate both battles of Jinju. Here we see the famous commander of Jinju, Kim Shimon, who commanded the resistance and defied the Japanese during the first siege of Jinju, and fought heroically before being shot down, just as Kwok Jae-yu and various righteous armies came to break the siege, causing the Japanese to flee. It happened like this. He's giving them a bath.
지루하게 이어졌던 진주성 전투는 진주성 관민들과 의병들의 분전에 힘입어 이렇듯 조선군의 승리로 그 막을 내리고 있었다.
In my culture, men are not allowed to cry or feel any emotion other than rage. So, in this scene, I feel crushing amounts of rage.
그 치열했던 진주 대첩의 최고 지휘관 진주 목사 김시민은 숙종 35년 충무공으로 시호되었다.
Or like this. I don't feel sad when the bakery runs out of croissants, nor do I feel sad at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. I won't feel sad when my parents die, when my friends die. In fact, I will feel the opposite of sadness, because that is allowed. Sheer rage. Yep, it's very healthy. It's not weird at all or anything.
진주 대첩은 관민과 의병이 모두 하나가 되어 목숨을 걸고 지켜낸 쾌거였다. 그 결과 일본군의 호남 진출 계획은 또다시 좌절되고 만다. 조선을 대표하는 맹장으로 그려진다. 또한 의병 참여를 독려했던 광해의 지도력이 빛을 발했기에 전쟁 발바로 최초로 수송에 성공하자 조선군의 사기는 크게 고무되었으며 그런 의미에서 이번 1차 진주성 전투는 양측의 전환점이 된 전투라고 볼 수 있었다.
I think the second depiction is more realistic. The armor is certainly better, but both sequences are exciting and show the spirit of Korean resistance, hence the commemorative altar. I had seen Chokseok Plaza. It was time to leave the plaza entirely, head up the road, and see the memorial stone for the two loyal generals, and also the water well within the fortress. Oh look, there's water! Casting my gaze around this wide open space, the thing that caught my eye was the statue of the general, Kim Shimon, imposing and vast in the distance. And so I walked onwards. I can't read Korean, but I can show you these pictures. And look, he's giving him a bath here too. The bathing is consistent, you know? I mean, there's also invaders and samurai and defenders and stuff, but you know, like, yeah. Bathing is very important, kids. Very important. Never stop, alright? This is Gong Bakmun Gate. I was around halfway through the fortress. It made sense to just keep pushing up. The next attraction was Yeongnam Pojangsa Gate Pavilion. At this point, I made the choice to take a right and circle round the outskirts of the castle, and therefore end at the National Museum as the climax and my final stop. And so off to the command post and the battlements. The rain was getting very fierce, and so I took shelter for a while. It was time to keep moving. The next stop was Changyalsa Shrine, and then the Hoguksa Temple. I did not have an umbrella, so I was just getting wet the whole time. Still, I pushed on to Chojangdae command post. At this point, I decided to just keep following the walls and see where they led. I thought that was a good way to see the whole fortress, by sticking to the walls, therefore getting the outer boundaries done before proceeding to the interior. I found this plaza that was not on the map, so I obviously took a look. Thankfully, the rain had stopped by this time, so it was only my shoes that were getting wet and not me. Here I was at the crossroads again, near the statue of the general, and this was the way back, so I had made a big loop around. This is the shrine for General Jin, which is not on the map, so yeah, that's helpful. If you keep walking straight past the front entrance, it should be located sort of near the memorial stone for the two loyal generals. It was finally time to find the Jinju National Museum. My hopes, my dreams, everything I ever wanted to study about the Joseon military was there. So here I am at the Jinju National Museum, a museum which specializes in the Imjin War, which I'm studying and which I came to Korea for. And it's closed! Cruel fate had struck a vicious blow. It turns out the one day that the museum was not open, Monday, was the day that I'd chosen to go to the museum. And I was leaving on the same day, so I couldn't see the museum. I did consider just coming back to Jinju, but you must understand the bus ride was very long and decently expensive. So I was very, very angry. Very angry at myself. What purpose was there to living anymore? What should I do with my life? The whole time, I thought I was looking for the right Jinjuseong, but it was actually the wrong Jinjuseong. Goodbye, Jinjuseong. Goodbye. Maybe the real Jinjuseong was the friends we made along the way. If you happen to be on the cast of Snowpiercer and on the set. But that wasn't me, so that doesn't apply, I suppose. So that was Jinju Seong Fortress. I hope that you got some history out of it and that you enjoyed your tour. I hope that you visit in person someday. It's pretty nice to just walk around if the weather was a bit better. Hope to see you guys soon.